Hey guys, congratulations! Again, your work was chosen as one of the top Scholastic writing entries at Blue Ridge in the 8th grade for 2020. That's amazing. You should be proud of yourselves. Now, we want to help make sure that you know how to go ahead and sign your work up on the Scholastic and get it in time. There's a couple steps. I'm going to walk you through each one, and after I show you stuff, I'm going to pause so you can do that step. So, ready? Let's do this thing. Okay, first step, go to Google, go and search Scholastic Art and Writing, and one of the first hits you'll get right here, the very first one, is what you need, Scholastic Art and Writing. Go and click that. Great. In the upper right-hand corner, go and click on Login. At this point, it's going to ask you to go ahead and create a new account. I already have one, but I'll show you how to do it. But first, let's pause so you can catch up. Perfect. Let's make an account. From here, go ahead and click Create New Account. You are a student, and fill it out. Once you get this part filled out and it says, what school do you attend? Let's find our school. Of course, we're going to find Virginia. And naturally, when we click next, we're going to start to type in Blue Ridge Middle. If we search Blue Ridge Middle, guess what's going to come up? Hey, look at that's our address, 551 East A Street's the only one in Percival. We click on that guy. Excellent. Once you've got Blue Ridge as your school, go ahead and click Create Account. When you get to this screen, you're good. Your turn. Complete those steps. Great. Next step. From here, click Continue, and it will show you a long list of possible different awards that you could win in addition to just being selected as honorable mention, silver key, or gold key. You can read those if you want, but let's go ahead and start right now. So, once we do this, this is your home page. This is important. First thing we need to do is complete our profile. Click here, and let me show you what this will look like. This all looks good, however, we're missing some things. We need a phone number. If you and your family feel comfortable using your own, feel free. If you don't want to, you can use the school's. Here it is. Feel free to pause this screen so you can copy over the number. Me, I'm going to use the school's number. And if the address, the email address that you already gave isn't your preferred one, add your preferred below. Go ahead and choose your pronoun. Go ahead and choose your ethnicity. And before you go on, don't forget to save. There. Now, do that work. Perfect. Let's keep going. You also need to include parent and guardian information, and at the very least, you have to have their email address listed there. Click Save, and then you should be okay. You can always double check to make sure that you've done everything that they want by clicking on Return to Dashboard. If you don't have any red errors here saying that your work is incomplete, you're in great shape. So, do that work and catch up to me. Excellent. Let's keep moving. This is where we're going to have to go to My Uploads. So let's go and click on Add Work here. This page will load. Let's fill out what we need. Once this all looks good and everything's filled out, let's go and click on School and Educator. And this is where you're going to find your English teacher. You can see Mr. Kurzman, Miss White, and Miss Keller will be listed there. I'll go ahead and choose me. And let's keep on going to next, Copyright and Plagiarism Policy. This is important. This is kind of key. Make sure you're submitting your own work. And if you are using any outside evidence from any sites you might have done research on, make sure you properly cited them. Kind of important, right? So read this over to yourself. Once you've read it and you're clear about it, go and click on I have read and understood. And now let's go to Upload. Once we get to this screen, this is where I'm going to pause. And your turn. Go ahead and complete these steps. You got it. Let's put your work in. Make sure you say where your ideas came from. If this is completely and totally all your work, absolutely, go and click that first box. If, however, maybe you did some research and used some stuff from the internet, click here and make sure you list source materials, which means you include the URL of the website, the publication name with the date of publication use, and or any authors there. If you used any print text, you could do the exact same thing there. And that's probably what you need. Me, I'm clicking here. I'll move down. We'll say type of work. This is where you need to tag your work. So a tag is probably going to be like something that might relate to the topic or what you want the reader to think about. Here's what I'll put. Here are my tags, and oh, by the way, I was able to go ahead and make separate tags by putting a comma after each item. So use a comma in between. Then make sure you check your word count, which is pretty simple. In the document that contains your work, select your writing and only the writing that you have. Go ahead and go to Tools and click on Word Count, and you'll find exactly what you need. Enter that here, and you're in great shape. Now, let's go on to Featured Scholarships. This is where you want to enter your work. So, go to wherever your work is, copy, and go ahead and bring it over and paste. Be very careful here. You want to make sure if there are any formatting changes, they might not have come through. Look at this. Notice here that, of course, my final paragraph is indented, because of course it is. Here, however, it's not. So you really need to make sure that it's ready. And that's not even what I need. I'll just go ahead and indent it there. Let's pause so you can add your own work. Excellent. Let's keep it going. Once your work looks exactly how you want it to be and it's formatted perfectly and it's ready, notice my word count here is a little different, go ahead to Featured Scholarships. At this point in time, go ahead and take a look. Does your work qualify for the New York Life Award? Does it qualify for the Civic Expression Award? Does it qualify for the One Earth Award? What about the Ray Bradbury Award for Science Fiction and Fantasy? What about the Alliance ACTSO Journey Award? Up to you, but right now, let's go ahead and click Next. And this is where we need to make sure we have everything very carefully set up. Does everything look the way that it needs to be? Because if it does, you're in pretty good shape. Before you do anything else, click Save. Save. Whew. Okay. Now, this is where we need you to go ahead and get your registration form. So, you can go ahead and do this anyway. You can either go ahead and print this to a printer or download the PDF. I'm going to download the PDF. If I open up this PDF, this is what it's going to end up looking like. It's got a barcode that's important. It's got the title of my piece. It's got my category. It has all my important information. It's got my submission fee. It's got everything. Here's what I need to do. You got to print. It's silly that in this world in 2020 you still got to print, but you got to print. So go ahead and print off your work, and you have to sign it, right? Also make sure that your mom or dad signs it. Do that, and you are in good shape. Then, of course, once it's printed and signed by you and your parent, you have to re-upload it. So you can either scan it with a scanner or with an app on your phone as a PDF. Probably try to stay away from taking a picture. There's a lot of cam scanning apps that you can just find in the Google App Store or in the Apple Play Store. Easy to find. Go and scan your work back in as a PDF and upload it here. So this is where I'm going to have to find my file and click Upload Form. At this point, it looks like I've got it. I want to make sure that I can see it. When I click on Click View, that looks like what I needed it to be. It's got signatures at the bottom. So now, when it says Go to Payment, this part gets a little interesting.